And we are back. Off and out of the window goes the international breaks. In comes the English Premier League as it resumes this particular weekend, and we are excited to know that you guys are there, watching and hoping that your teams get favorite results this particular weekend. Welcome to another edition of Fanbase. My name is Babachide Guerrero. Thank you so very much for always investing your time and your data. Yeah, data is life, like we always say. Do well to also subscribe to this particular channel so you can get content such as this. Our guest is inside waiting for me, waiting for us. It's going to be juicy, it's going to be nice. His name is IBK Sports, and boy, oh boy, am I excited for this one. We'll be right back after this. It's another edition of Fanbase. We thank you very much for joining us. Our guest today is a difficult man to pin down, and it's a good thing that I was able to grab him, body, soul, and spirit, to shoot today. IBK Sports is in the house. My man. You just they do business connect on top my show. What do they worry you? My G.
You don't think.
You don't think, yeah, it's been a while. I mean, IBK Sports is one of those guys who just, his opinion carries a whole lot of wave, especially on Twitter. He's an independent sports journalist, and he's doing very, very well for himself. How are you doing, my guy?
I don't know if I'm doing very well.
Now, we tell you, now, we they see things, man. Let's just jump right into it. The international break, we saw it. Nigeria versus Brazil. We were all tweeting, we were going back and forth on Twitter that day. Were you impressed? The Super Eagles of Nigeria holding a Brazil team that fielded a very strong 11 for that particular friendly. 1-1 at the end of the day.
Well, I won't. I think my opinion really doesn't count. This is what I want to say.
Yeah.
For the coach of Brazil to say that Nigerians were more tactical than Senegal. Don't forget they played Senegal not long ago. Prior to the game against Nigeria. He saw how good Nigeria were. In fact, he said that the first half he didn't know what was happening. He was really scared. So it shows you that there's something going on for this team. It's been long. We can actually close our eye and say, okay, these are the players getting invited, and we are sure that they are going to play well.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of talent right about now, and not just talent. These guys are young players who are already scoring goals, who are developing all around the world.
Absolutely.
Like I said on Twitter, I think for me it is time we started praising Donald Trump. Yes, a lot of people will say that he has the material but can't do well with the team. But the honest truth is that how many coaches will do well with this particular team?
Yeah.
This man, don't forget, his first World Cup qualifier, he qualified with one game in hand. The Nations Cup as well qualifiers. I was in Oyo against Libya. He qualified one game in hand again. How many coaches have qualified Nigeria to this tournament having one game in hand?
True.
When it comes to stats, let's analyze, let's criticize this man with stats. If you see what he has done so far, trust me, you would praise what he has done.
Yeah, I agree with you actually. I think it's commendable what Guerrero has done, and then we saw how well Nigeria played against Brazil. There's still a lot to do, but hey, not bad at all. Speaking of not being bad, because guys, I'm sure you want to hear the FPL, and of course you also want to hear the Premier League reviews, or rather previews. We'll get to that very shortly, but earlier, last week and this week, we saw international games. So still speaking on that field, CR700. Now, I see the way you're smiling. Anybody that knows this man knows that is a huge Lionel Messi fan. He's a significant, maybe one of the biggest fans of Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
I saw you coming out on Twitter and then, making rounds about, Cristiano Ronaldo being, a goal machine and all. But in all of this, is your greatest? Messi or Ronaldo? Even though I know the answer, but let the world know what you're going to say. Messi or Ronaldo?
Well, I think the issue of being great, the greatest.
Please don't be diplomat here.
Has to be a myth.
No, can't they play diplomacy here?
No, I know what I'm saying. It has to be a myth because these are generational stars. Do you get? Some people will tell you, some school of thought will tell you that Pelé was the greatest. Some will tell you that Maradona. Some will tell you that Delima. Some will tell you that Romario is the. So I still think for me, there's nothing like the greatest of all time. It's just the greatest of your own generation. Let's put it that way.
So who is Messi, Ronaldo?
Well, I will always stand by Messi.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Like people will say, watch Messi, and you would know why he's the greatest. The more you see, the more you know how good he actually is. People that don't see Messi, people that don't watch Messi are the ones who come out to. To be honest, Ronaldo is actually very privileged to be compared to Messi. Yes, the stat is there.
The true you is coming out now.
The stat is there.
Okay.
Fine, the stat is there. You know, you can compare them with stats. But at times, stats
they don't show the real reflection.
Yes, it's just like they say that some games the scoreline is not the reflection of the game.
Absolutely.
So something like that.
Okay.
That's what it is.
He said it. Okay, just so his name is IBK Sports.
They know me. They know me.
But one thing we need to stop seeing IBK in football is racism. During the course of the Euro 2020 qualifiers, Bulgaria played England, and we saw racial chants such that the captain of the Bulgarian team, Popov, had to go, meet them and then have a conversation with them, the fans, to calm down just a little bit. It looks as if the respect that FIFA and the UEFA is always saying is just, it's like saying I just word. Nobody really respects each other for football. And it's absolutely crazy that in 2019, for us to be having monkey chants, to have trained banana peels, it's insane. So Sterling came out to say on Twitter that I think the English FA was typing something about, they tweeted something about racism and Bulgaria not doing according to pattern. He was trying to also say that he also exists in England as well as Bulgaria. My question is he ever going to get stamped out? It doesn't look like it anyways.
It's beyond football. That's the truth.
Absolutely, I agree.
That is why it can't be wiped out. It's beyond football. What FIFA can do and they've not done is when they start eating add-on teams. Well, if you find the team, it doesn't really affect the fans because they are not the one paying.
True.
They are not the one paying the money. Fine. Yeah. But when you start deducting points, when your team relegates because of racism, when they start watching, their boyhood club, in a lower league, in a second tier league, they would understand the importance of clearing out racism in the whole society. So I think for me, FIFA needs to do more. If it was an African, if it was continent Africa, trust me, they would have found solution to it.
I kind of agree.
But the biasness of European football generally, and they know how strong. We know football generally is in Europe. Do you get so? And most of these guys are from Europe. So that's the whole bias about the whole situation. But what they need to start doing is they need to start doing something that would affect the fans, not just by finding them. Like I said when LMC, that's League Management Company, with the NPFL as well, when they were fans encroachment and all. Yeah. I was saying it on one of my shows that the fans won't understand the fine because they are not the one paying it.
True.
Ban them, give them stadium ban, deduct points from them, let them feel the impact of what they are doing. That's the only way we can at least work towards playing it out. But I don't think it's possible because it's beyond football.
It is indeed impossible. But we just hope he can really get down. Let's talk about a bit of what's going to happen in FPL this particular week. Of course, we've been talking to IBK Sports. Of course, we'll be juicing about issues on FPL and how your team fared last week and what you look forward to happen this week. All right, so we continue our conversation. It's been good talking to you, my man. But your FPL team, why do you always Ilano? Like, what's your highest point this season?
I think 54. Generally it's been very bad.
Yeah, I agree.
If you played FPL last season, I'm currently on the FPL page now. I want to check the overall team. The guy on overall, his name is Nick Turner. He has 587 points after 8 game weeks. That means on average, let's just do calculation.
58, 56, thereabout.
Let's say 587 divided by 8,
73. I beg your pardon. Yeah.
And this time last year, if you average 73 per match week or match day, you won't even be in that ranks at all.
Absolutely.
A lot of players were turning up last season. There was a lot of goals, defenders, and clean sheets as well. But this season, defenders don't even drop you clean sheet anymore. So what you just get from these defenders either assist or goal. And that's why I remember when you were calling me, telling me about FPL, and I was telling you that you need to get full backs, not just centre backs, because full backs always have the chance to go forward
for goals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we've seen recently in FPL, and then meanwhile what we are set to see this weekend. A lot of people are still keeping faith with KDB. What do you think about a player that is injured and still has? Right now, he has 75% of playing against Crystal Palace. They are playing Crystal Palace. They've won, in fact, 11 of the victories of Man City against Crystal Palace. 6 of them have come at the Selhurst Park. So they have a good time playing Crystal Palace. Yeah. But KDB has been a huge factor, and his points has been very, very valuable. But unfortunately, he's injured.
Well,
people are still keeping fit.
If you know Guardiola's rotational policy, you would know that even if KDB was 99% fit, he won't play him. Or rather, let me say he won't start, because he has a very large squad. So KDB is very expensive. I think KDB is about 9.8 million pounds. You can get someone fit, someone who will be starting for that amount.
All right. So meanwhile, Kane would play. Is also one of the players that we're looking at this week to deliver points. In fact, in his first 4 games in the Premier League, he has 3 goals and 1 assist, and he looks to be in his own. And he's going to be playing Watford. Okay. And now, when you play Watford, Watford has serious issues. Resilience is terrible. They cannot keep clean sheets. Troy Deeney has been out injured for a while. It looks as if Kane could be that man to go for. Do you have him in your team?
I had Kane, but like I said, Kane's return as well hasn't been. How would I say? They say in FPL, your input should be equal to your output. Okay. I can't have a player of 11 million pounds and is dropping, a returns of someone of 5 million pounds. Okay. You try and get an alternative. Yes, at times it might be very, very sad because he might eventually turn up that week you sold him, but the honest truth is that
nothing happens to me.
It happens a lot in FPL. It happens a lot. But me, I've learned a lesson that just have faith for some time, but once you are noticing that nothing is coming up, because it's more painful knowing that you can get someone better and you are not getting that person, and the person you have in plan is actually banging in the goals.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
It's more painful like that.
Exactly. We wish you the very best in your FPL week, and shout out to the guy that sits up in our table. I'm still 6th on my own FPL league. I'm not complaining. The Bounty Hunter, congratulations to you for now, before I come back and become number 1. Let's preview now. Let's talk about some of the biggest games this weekend in Europe happening right there in the English Premier League. We'll be featuring 3 games in our show today, but meanwhile, we'll also pay attention to some 1 or 2 other fixtures happening. Let's take a look quickly at the fixtures of the week. Everton will play West Ham United in a game where if Marco Silva should lose, maybe he'll be shown the exit door. Somebody said they don't type in letter already, now just to give and remain. Yeah. Bournemouth, good rich vein of form these days. They play Norwich City with Timo Pukki. Timo Pukki scam.
I don't say that. I don't say that.
Aston Villa will play Brighton and Hove. Chelsea with Mason Mount, Fikayo Tomori, and Tammy Abraham will play Newcastle United. Yeah. Newcastle coming in from a win from Manchester United. Leicester City on a high these days will play Burnley. Tottenham Hotspur, hopefully they can put up their troubles away. Their issues they have in their team will play Watford. Wolverhampton Wanderers will play Southampton. Crystal Palace in one of our features games will play Manchester City. Man United will play Liverpool. I say again, Manchester United will play Liverpool. Sheffield United will play Arsenal. So quickly, let's go to our featured games. First off is maybe because of the reason of Timo Pukki being he started like a house on fire and he's no more there these days. Bournemouth will play Norwich. That seemed to be an interesting game because Callum Wilson just can't stop scoring. They're getting a lot of numbers from their players. But Norwich has to rekindle the fire in Pukki scoring.
Well, there was actually no fire. Because, yes. If you understand Premier League.
Yes. IGG.
Teams, if you look at the antecedents of Norwich City in the past years, they've gained promotions to Premier League. They always start so well. They start fizzling out. They start getting tired. Teams that were not even supposed to beat them start beating them, and they lose a whole lot of concentration. And by the time they realize that there's still hope for them.
It's beyond half of the season.
Not even half of the season. The season is gone already.
Absolutely.
I don't see Norwich scoring a goal.
Okay.
I think it will end either 2 or 3-0.
Okay, 2 or 3-0. Well, I think that one would be maybe 2-1. Hopefully, Timo Pukki will score for my sake because I want to get him in my team. Maybe it's that Liverpool season, but they are playing a City, a Palace team that is on the high these days. Regularly, when Palace don't win back-to-back games, it's no news. But now Palace have won 3 in the last 4.
They have one of the greatest starts in their history so far.
Absolutely, they're having the time of their life. Is it the wrong time to go to the Sellers Park?
Definitely. And there's this record of Palace always giving City a run for their money.
Yeah.
It has always been like that for a long period of time. Yes, I think the problem with City is they believe too much in their attacking prowess.
So your numbers on this? I think City will still grind
City
out the
will
win.
win.
This is because...
But I'm sure Palace will score.
Okay.
City should win like, let's say, 2-1 or 3-1. That's 1-3, 1-2.
Okay, so I actually think they'll win 3-1 actually. I think they'll win 3-1. So let's put that down. So it's 1-2-1. Okay. I think it's okay. 1-3-1-3. So yeah. Tan tararan tadan. Again I say tan tararan tadan. Manchester United will be playing Liverpool. 7, 5, 6 years ago, this particular fixture may be tilting towards Man United. Yeah. Or it could be slightly imbalanced. But for the first time, as a Manchester United fan, for the first time in a while, it's Liverpool an overwhelming favourite at the Old Trafford. Manchester United has won double the number of wins. They have the double number of wins of Liverpool in this fixture. 28. Liverpool has won 14. And interesting when I say it, United has won 12 at home. But this Liverpool side, like you said, off camera, they don't know when to stop. Yeah. They are relentless. They come for you. They don't, especially when Firmino can start playing.
The whole scenario is that had it been United have, good scoring record this season, I would say that there is a slight chance for them.
But they are not scoring goals.
You are not scoring goals, and you want to play against one of the best defensive pairing in the world. That's Matip and Van Dijk. I remember, was it not last week last 2 weeks when Van Dijk was out? You saw what happened to Liverpool. But I'm sorry, Matip. But I'm sure Matip will be back to play that game. So it's going to be a very difficult one for Man United. What I hope for them is damage control. That's they would lose that game, but how much can they control the damage?
Yeah, how far you now? What if?
What if? I can put everything.
Faith FC. We believe in God FC. Man United FC.
You are playing against a very ruthless attack.
Absolutely.
Of Mane, Salah, and Firmino. So
I don't look forward to that game.
It's going to be, if, like I said, don't forget they drew Liverpool last season. But the momentum was with Man U then. When this guy first came around. In fact, that game was one that cost Liverpool the league eventually. So Liverpool will have that at the back of their mind that the United game cost them the league. So it's a two-way thing now. They are coming for a revenge, and also they are coming at the wrong time, for Man United where they are struggling. So it's going to be either a whitewash or a little bit of damage control for Man United.
I think, there's a part of my head
Yeah.
that understands everything you say, but there's a part of my head that also you're Man United fan.
No, obviously.
And I'm thinking to myself,
the same way I was a fan and I was looking for us to score one goal at Anfield, and we never got that goal. So there are some times that you have to face reality.
Yeah, I know the reality is that
the fans should just stop supporting the club because there are some things that are wrong there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was forming one DNA. He knows the team well. He knows how would you allow someone who scored 20 goals, average of 20 goals a season, leave? That was the major problem.
Yeah, losing Lukaku was there. United scored just one goal in the whole of September. Rashford won the goal of the month. And that goal was a penalty scored. Marcus Rashford finally scored. He scored against Bulgaria, a power driver of a goal. We are only hoping that particular goal can open his mind and confidence level. We hear Martial could be back, Luke Shaw could be back, Paul Pogba could be back. Maybe it could not be a whitewash. Maybe they'll just beat us small.
Yeah, that's why I said that. It's either a whitewash or a damage control. But I don't see Man U getting a draw or winning.
Yeah, it is going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a very interesting game. Of course, Sheffield will play Arsenal, but we're looking forward to that big one where Man United will play Liverpool. You want to put a number on that? Man United versus, let me take it down for you. Man United versus
I think
Liverpool.
Man will score. I think they will score.
Okay. So that's
but
1-5?
No.
1-4?
1-3.
1-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-3.
I don't want to sound too purposeful, but I think, I don't know. I can't bring myself.
The highest, as a fan, the highest you should go for is a draw.
Exactly. I was actually going to go for it. So I'm going to say it's going to be impossible, but I say a one or draw. I say one or draw. So yeah, it's been fantastic talking to you, IBK. We want to thank you very much for taking our time to allow us be in your space. Thank you so very much, my man, for coming on the show.
I'm grateful.
Thank you. No, we are grateful. We are grateful to have guys like IBK come on the show. We're also grateful to have people like you use your ad-end data to watch content like this. So we want to beckon on you. If you've enjoyed this content, do well to click that subscription button. I like that sound when it makes. Yeah, so we'll look forward to having you again next week for another freshly made edition of Fanbase. So it's been fantastic. And for me, Babajide Guerrero, remember to please, it is your screen, right? It is scroll. Join our FPL team. The code is right there. You stand a chance of winning fabulous prizes, as well as our social media platforms. All of them are on your screen. Do what to follow, like, comment, share with us whatever it is on your mind as regards the English Premier League, and do what to join our FPL as well. My name is Babajide Guerrero. I am delighted to have had you join us. Remember, this is Fanbase. This is your base. Catch you next week. Bye for now.